I am Kanchan Bhaskar. That's an Indian name. I was born and brought up in New Delhi, India. And then I moved to US in the year 2000, much later in life. I'm a first-time author. I've written this book called Leaving, uh, How to Set Myself Free from Abusive Marriage. It's my story of transformation from a victim to a survivor, and then transcending from a survivor to a thriver, I could say. Also an advocate for people of domestic violence. So I am doing one-on-one coaching sessions and group counseling, etc. I was born in a very progressive environment, a very modern family where my parents were, they cherished and treasured their partnership and they loved each other. We had a environment of warmth and tenderness. There was a whole lot of bliss in that environment. So when I was watching my parents having this relationship of partnership, I thought that is what marriage is about. I had no other uh, way of knowing what marriage is after all. So this is what I thought the marriage would be, that a woman is to be respected in a marriage. I found myself in an arranged marriage when the age came. I was 22 at the time, and I got married, but my husband did not have the same perceptions of an arranged marriage or a marriage as I had. When the first time he hit me, my whole life spun upside down. He turned out to be a narcissist, uh, violent, aggressive, and an alcoholic person. Um, I had to get out of the situation. I searched for it, how to do it, kept searching till I found it. But then by this time, I already was blessed with 3 children, a daughter and twin boys. The law was not on my side. The society shamed me, and the lawyers told me that if at all I go for a divorce, my children will have to be distributed or, between the two parents. And that was not acceptable to me. So I had to continue to be in that marriage, being hit every now and then by a drunk man whom I almost felt like he was a stranger in my life. And to protect my children, take them to a safe place, I had to plan my escape so that we could all be protected and come to a safe place, how much time it may take. My belief in universe, which meant that I had faith that the universe was kind, universe was benevolent, and it was my friend. And that is why the universe sent a number of angels in my life, whom I listened to, who gave me the challenges sometimes, and I adhered to those challenges. I met those challenges. They provided me a direction. And before I could start to build a ramp for my escape from the trap that I was in, wherein I was isolated, I was made numb, lost, and depressed. To get out of that phase, I had to first of all accept that I was a victim and this was not my normal life, because that's what I thought in the initial few years of my marriage, that this was the normal life that I was going to have. But then once when that angel told me that you need to get out, Kanchan, you're an educated girl, don't be a frog inside the well, crawl up on the and look at the periphery. There's a whole world around you and there's a lot of opportunity there. Go and watch that and get out yourself from that well. So that was the time. I think that was my turning around time. And I thought I need to structure my escape, because otherwise I can never escape. And so I had to commit myself. When I committed myself, I saw that with this weak mind and body, it's impossible for me to escape without being threatened by this person, my perpetrator, my so-called husband at the time. Um, Either he is going to kill us, if I fail in my plan. Um, so I can't have any errors in my escape. First thing that I needed to do was to become strong myself. So I developed belief in self. That was one of the beliefs that has helped me in escaping. And to have a belief in self, I had to start to use techniques like self love, looking into the mirror every day and saying, I am the best. Small universal tools that anybody can use: self passion, self compassion, self preservation. And then I had to get into rewiring because I had to overwrite all those hurt that was inside my mind, which was keeping me weak. So I started to chant to rewire my brain and rewrite the whole story that I was a brave girl. And I also started to do creative visualization because I was so bogged down in my mind with all the garbage, I would say, and all the hurt, that I needed some space for myself to think about something positive in my life. So I did creative visualization. I will sit in a corner and just visualize these snowy mountains and these big oceans and the waterfalls and the red flowers and the birds in the sky. And that would give me some solace. I could find some temporary peace in those hours. And that's how I kept on moving on this journey. My belief in self, my belief in universe, and the third belief that I developed slowly, and that was my third tool towards my escape, was a belief in spirituality. Had to get in touch with my soul. I had to get away from the hurt and the torment and all those episodes that would come in front of my eyes. And that brought tranquility and that gave me strength. And I got back my identity and my dignity by those beliefs. And that was it. That's how I planned to come to US at the end. And that was what America gave me, a big gift of a divorce, which India could not do it. So I got my divorce in 2003. And that was the day I was on the top of my voice, jumping. I am free today. I can thrive now. I can fulfill all my dreams. I don't care if 23 years have passed by. I have no regret because from this marriage, I've gotten three beautiful children. And that man's role in my life was only this: I don't need to think about him. He was nobody in my life as far as my own personal life is concerned. And thereon, I live my life now happily in Chicago on my own terms.